Right, so this year, first in the Open in the world, first in the regionals by a mile, favourite for the games. How pressurised did you feel when you sort of were in that position?
I tried not to think about it. The Opens is completely different to regionals, and regionals completely different to the games. So I just tried to focus on what I was doing at the time. I think it helped, obviously, going out to the States and training with Lindsay. It just kept it real. We kept each other grounded and just made sure that we were pushing each other in the workouts.
Yeah, because there's someone in exactly the same boat as you, I suppose. Yeah. That you could, that would understand the same pressures that nobody else would, especially over here, because you were the only person from the UK in the games, full stop, weren't you?
Yeah.
So, because you were favourite, or one of the favourites, you were picked out all the time, for the media interviews, that kind of thing. Was that distraction, or was it annoying, or was it you just went with the flow?
I just went with the flow. The only time that I was probably picked out from everybody else was the first announcement dinner, just for a short interview.
Yeah, I saw that.
Where Miranda was told to tell me to speak slowly.
Why?
No idea. And I'm not sure if they put subtitles up.
They did actually.
Did they?
It was quite funny at the end as well, because when you won and Miranda sort of announced you, everyone was sort of, this is Lindsay from Dogtown, is it?
Yeah.
In whatever it is, California. That was Samantha Briggs from Manchester. I think it was like.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure where Manchester is, but it was quite interesting that. Okay, so going back to end of the first day's event, first place, fantastic work. Rest up on Thursday, back again Friday. What was the first event on the Friday?
That was the burden run, I think.
Right, so that went really well for you.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed that. Once I figured out on the sled to put my feet on an angle so I could actually pull it, I was fine. I was slipping just with the weight of the sled, obviously not being as heavy as some people.
Yeah.
It was hard to get the sled moving, but I managed to figure out about halfway across the field, if I just dig my feet in at the sides, I can actually move.
You can use the rock climbing shoes that we used when we did that.
That would have been a good idea if we hadn't have had to run
yeah.
2 mile first.
Stopped to change my shoes.
Yeah.
What was after that?
Then it was the rope climbing.
Right. So what happened there? You did something different, didn't you? You were telling me this morning.
I did, yes. People who know me know that when I'm doing a workout, I don't pay any attention to what anybody else is doing. I just do my own thing and tend to just plod through but keep going. When they announced that it was legless rope climbs, I was like, yes, do rope climbs all the time, even with weight vests, everything. So I was like, this is going to be a good one. Talena's nickname's the Spider Monkey. She's also fantastic at going up and down ropes. I decided to try and race her. I'm assuming that she was doing the same thing. We both were neck and neck pushing each other, and then we both failed on the same rope and we both didn't progress any further. We went out too fast because we were playing each other's game instead of doing our own thing.
Lesson learned. Stick to your plan, yeah.
And I'm just glad that it didn't have a big negative effect. It obviously dropped me into second at the end of day 2, but if I'd have lost the podium because of the points of that, I think I would have been a little bit more mad with myself for doing something that I never do.
Were you even thinking that at the time, I shouldn't be doing this? Or were you just
when
in the race?
When I failed the rope climb, I did, yes.
Is that what you were thinking when you plonked to the bottom there?
It was just like, I've gone too fast.
Right.
I should have slowed down. But the rope climb before, I didn't feel any fatigue. It was just going and I felt good. And then that rope climb, just as I was trying to grab to hit the beam, I slipped. I just couldn't, didn't have the grip to hold it while I hit the beam, and then that was it. My grip had then gone.
Could you not go back up again? Was that the end of it?
No, I tried. I think I went up another 2 times, and every time I could get near the top, I just didn't have enough grip to touch the beam. And after dropping the first time, I didn't want to drop again and then be out for the rest of the games.
No, because that must have hurt anyway.
So it didn't have time, I didn't think about it, but it was just kind of like, if I'd have swung and tried to get it, because you're not allowed your legs to contact even on the way down.
Yeah. Really?
No.
I missed that bit, yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise I would have probably risked it knowing that I could have clamped on. But then it's a no rep, so...
Potentially quite dangerous then.
Yeah, there are a few people who thought that. I think that's the only thing that I would perhaps question about the programming of the weekend. Legless on the way up, but I think you could probably argue to say let them use their legs on the way down, just for safety reasons. But I think Brandon Swan was the only one who was severely injured from that.
Was he? And was that with his hand?
No, he's tore something in his knee, I think.
Oh, okay, I missed that.
Yeah, when he fell.
So yeah, we're just about the rope climb. So you were on the ground then, out of that particular event, and down to second place. That was the end of that day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, what did you do that evening? How did you keep your mind sort of on the game?
There were long days, so it was get back to the hotel. We got treated again. Had some food, and then just kind of say to myself, get back in the game. Don't let this be a setback. There's still plenty more events. Let's finish day 3 back in first place.
Right. And did you sleep okay?
No. Normally I'm really good in competitions and I sleep not as well as I would do normally, but I normally have quite a decent sleep. This year probably I did feel a bit more pressure than normally. My sleeping wasn't that good. Me and Lindsay had adjoining rooms in the hotel. Saturday morning we had to athlete briefing at 7 o'clock, so we were up so early, and I was just saying to Lindsay, I was like, I'm so tired, I don't want to play anymore.
Really? Yeah. This was on the Saturday morning?
Yeah.
And you still had all day Saturday and all day Sunday to go?
I was like,
that's
so
not
tired.
you, is it though?
No. I was like, I'm so tired, I don't want to play anymore.
And at this point you've got to get yourself from second place mentally and physically into first place.
I was fine once we got there and we had the athlete briefing, woke up and I was like, right, come on, I'm ready to go.
And at that point, did you know what the events were going to be?
We knew, I think it was the Naughty Nancy. Right. Yeah, the Saturday morning with the Naughty Nancy.
And immediately Naughty Nancy, second place. Well, first place, sorry, you were first in Naughty Nancy, weren't you?
No, second.
Right.
Going into the workout, Christy Phillips was in first and I was in second. So my aim was to just try and beat her.
Yeah.
I figured that she'd probably be better on the overhead squat, so I knew that I'd have to make a move on the run. So as soon as Naughty Nancy started, my first lap, I went out on a sprint. I overtook, because I was middle of the pack, I overtook everybody to get into the lead, just to try and start with a lead. And then my overhead squats went better than I thought they were going to do anyway. So
it's a good mental thing as well, though, isn't it? Just to get ahead of everyone, just for people to see you ahead. Yeah. That's what they're thinking. So immediately back into first place after that.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And then what was after that?
It was then the sprints. Did fantastic in there. I think I was one of the fastest losers, so I can take something from that.
That was a very American event, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm never going to win an all-out sprint event. Yeah. They took the top 3 from each heat. I kind of wish that they'd have put everybody's time in and then taken the top half.
Yeah.
I hope if they'd have done that, I'd have made it through to the second round. I'm not kidding myself, I'd have never made it into the finals of that event. But as it was, it didn't affect my standings. I was still in first place. So
that was good, yeah, because you wouldn't be expected to score high in that one, would you?
I'm not a sprinter.
I think that was the thing with this games, was that you did some really good performances, and your first place in the first day really held well, but there wasn't anybody else, I don't think, who really had a good overall performance, except maybe Lindsay and Valerie, that managed to prove that in the end.
Yeah, if you look at Val's scores, she's the most consistent. I think she's, I mean, she had a first, and But if you look at her scores, they're all consistent among the board. I think what did me well is out of all the events, I think 7 of them I was like a top 5 score.
Yeah.
So that gave me some buffer for when I did like the sprints and didn't do as well.
You didn't really have to win anything after that, did you? You just have to stay up there and hope that other people wouldn't do as well.